We're going to resolve vectors, or a vector in this case. We have a lady walking a dog, and the dog is pulling with a force of 12 newtons on her owner, an angle of 25 degrees to the horizontal. And what you've got to do when you resolve vectors is figure out what the components that are acting horizontally and vertically are. So this vector is at an angle, and we've got the measurements and the angle that it's acting at. So here, let's get rid of all the nonsense, so we're just left with the vector, and you've got to figure out both the horizontal blue vector and the vertical component, which is orange. From here, you've got to use a bit of trigonometry here to figure out what the components might be. So as we've got the hypotenuse and the angle here, hypotenuse obviously being the long sloped side here, and then we have the adjacent angle as well as the opposite angle here. We are going to have to use a bit of trigonometry to figure out what's going on. So with SOHCAHTOA, we have the hypotenuse and the angle, and we're looking for the adjacent side for the horizontal component. So therefore, we're going to use cos of the angle equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So that gives us here this calculation, cos 25 equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse of 12 newtons. When you rearrange that, it's 12 newtons times cos 25, giving you a value of 10.9 newtons, or to two significant figures, that would be 11 newtons. And for the vertical component, the orange one here, you could either use Pythagoras, or we're going to stick with trigonometry here, and sine of 25 will equal the opposite, the orange vector, over the hypotenuse, which is 12 newtons. So sine 25 equals opposite over 12. Rearranging this, the opposite side would give us 12 newtons times sine 25, which would give us 5.1 newtons.